Alright, so I figured I'd take you on this journey with me to discover the newest Kindle venture together. It is called Kindle Vella, and it's a little over a week old as far as being released. They've been talking about it evidently for a couple months. First time I've heard about it was when I just happened to be in my Kindle KDP account, and I thought, interesting. They're now doing something a little bit different. So I did some research last night, watched a few YouTube videos. I consider myself an advanced beginner at this point. I went ahead and made a image for the work. I'll show you that in a minute. And I originally had a much more complicated cover art that I had actually created in a book. Long story short, this is a story that I started back in 2013 as a screenplay idea that I never really fully fleshed out. But there's a lot of content, and I figured, why not? I'll take that and use that as the genesis. Haha, there's a word there. For what I'm going to do today. So we'll see how this goes. I am recording using my Xbox feature on my computer, so you never know when it's going to decide that it doesn't want to record anymore. Hopefully the sound is being recorded. It seems to be. I will check that out, and I may have to re-record this, but for the moment, this is where you begin. So you need to log in. I'm already logged in. It says my account, obviously. Um, Deborah Brady is I've established myself as a Kindle user already. It may be different for those people that have not started a Kindle account. So, yeah, your mileage may vary, as they say. So I have not clicked on this. Tell me the story details. So I haven't done that. I'm just going to go through the WYSIWYG webpage, that starts out story setup. Tell us about your story. So everybody has a story, whether it's fiction or biography or some mixture of the two. So I'm going to keep this as ongoing because I don't know whether this has ended. Let's see if I can get that to click. I don't think it allows me to change that. No, ongoing is the only selection I have. So these are all different things. It's guessing based on some of the other stuff that I've used. Um, those are Etsy shop things. But this one is going to be called Escape from Eden. A new divine comedy for the ages. Comedy for the ages. So I have up to 50 characters remaining. That's interesting to know. It's already a fairly long name. I don't know whether it makes sense to have a much longer name, but you can have a much longer name. Do I keep my name? Yeah, I think I'm going to just keep it as Deborah Brady, as I'm already established. Introduce your story and make an impression on the readers. You can edit and update this description at any time. Well, I actually do have some information that would be useful. I used it to for my back cover art. And hold on a second, I'm pulling that from my OneNote description here. Ah, too long. So let's see if I can't use that much. Let's see. Start fine-tuning this. Get rid of some of the characters as carriage returns. So, just get rid of that. Take a fresh look at what happens when an alien intelligence uses ancient religious text as the basis of manipulating this experiment called man. So I'm gonna have to get rid of a lot of this. Oh, there's not many characters, so let's get rid of that. Alright, I can do without this part. I'll make it more mysterious. Getting there, getting more, got it, and snake 3, also known as gun snake. Get rid of some of the adjectives. Terraform Earth and recreate the human species. Get rid of the time frame. Just say now. Get rid of grand of their experiment. Ready to, let's see if we can fine tune this a little bit. Ready to, we are ready for alright, get in there. So I have 10 characters remaining. Do I worry about that? Do I want to add back any of the other stuff that I had taken out before? Yeah. Is this an age-old story or an attempt to get things right? Let's see if I can add a carriage return, see what that looks like. Doesn't matter. Who knows? Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. What else do we need? Alright, they give you a place to post a little picture. Little being relative, 16 by 16 pixels, either as a JPEG or a TIFF image. You're allowed up to 2 megabytes, which is not a particularly large thing. I actually had to reduce mine greatly and trim it to be a square, which they took the square and rounded it off here. So you can see, just make sure that you can re-upload this, I did. So that's kind of what the cover art looks like right now. Escape from Eden, and it goes on, I don't know. So, alright, part 2, because it stopped recording. So, what choices do we have here? Alright, action adventure, no. Children's stories, definitely not. Dystopian, not really. Historical fiction, erotica, fantasy, lesbian, gay, bisexual fiction, mystery, nonfiction, paranormal, romance, science fiction, teen, adult, or thriller. I'm going to give it a primary science fiction, and secondarily historical fiction. Yeah. Science fiction, historical. Let's do that. Okay, some tags. You can have 7 tags of 25 characters or less. Fashionable heroines, all one word. Interesting. Let's say, well, we can always add things later. Let's see. Garden of Eden. Yeah, So I just hit a return and that captured that. Adam, let's try with Adam and Eve. Genesis story. Alien what? Alien, just aliens for now. Could always come back. And they're androids, so android. In the beginning, which is the name of my first chapter, or part of the name of my first chapter. What else do I want to put? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's give it another one out there. Eating the apple. All right. So far, so good. So save as a draft, publish and start episode 1. I can always change my details. So let's just go ahead and publish and start episode 1. Episode 1. Import text as a doc or docs. Okay, so that's DOC. Doc is a Word document in the old style. And these are the Windows 10 based documents, a newer version of Word. But it looks like you can just write right here. You can start writing from scratch. Let me try. I've got some words here. I can always go back and change it, which I will. So let me go back to part 1. Okay, thought I stopped the recording. Episode 1, part 1. All right, I think I'll do without the part 1 because it's kind of redundant. So let's get rid of that. You can see that it's live editing. In the beginning there was God. Capitalized or not capitalized there. I think I'm going to just leave it uncapitalized. So I'm not going to import. Now here you have text limited to basic formatting, bold, italics, underlines, content that's between 600 and 5,000 words. Not a problem. All 3 of these episodes I've got written so far are all well within that. So let's start out by, let's see. I had started editing this. I'll probably go back and change it. But let's go ahead for expediency's sake, since this is fully editable, and start adding my text. Let's see if it'll all fit. I think it was just over 4,000 words before. Let's see. This morning. Right now it's mostly narrative, a little bit of dialogue going on, but not a lot. Okay. See how that works. Alright, so right away. Looks like they've captured some extra things. I've imported that directly from my OneNote book. So it looks like I'm going to have to go back and do a little bit of editing on this. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and come back after I do the edits. Okay, I'm back, as it were. You didn't know that I was gone, but it took me a little longer than I expected. It was auto-saved at 6:35. That reflects my most recent edit. I think the previous video had ended around 6 o'clock-ish, maybe a little after 6 o'clock. So it took me about a half an hour to do mostly reorganizations. I did find a few issues along the way. I tried to correct them. This is a work in progress. Unlike a published book, I'm going to treat this as a um, experiment in collaborative fiction. I invite my users, readers, to help me to revise and continue the story. I've got 3 episodes, as it were, 3 parts to this particular story queued up. This is the first of the 3, and I will upload the other 3 as well, and we'll see how that goes. So, as you can see, I've gotten rid of a lot of the in-between lines. Since this doesn't really have a place to put chapters in of the episodes, the only way I had is these dashed lines. So normally, there's actually 2 points of view. So the first point of view is Adam and Eve as what I call proto-humans, and the other 2 are the second point of view, which is God X593638 and Snake 2. I think I've said 3. Oh, take that back. Put that as 3. I think it was 3. So that goes to show you that after all these edits, still needs to be edited. So as you can see, I'm just going to scroll through here and show you that all this has been captured, and I am going to end it here, and it's just shy of 4,000 words at 3931. As for editorial notes, and let's see, what can I say? Share directly with your readers initial episode details or behind the lines thinking. So let's say what I just told you. So I'm hoping that my readers will also be my collaborators in this work of fiction. Please feel free to message me, and we can make changes to this and the other 2 upcoming episodes that will complete the trilogy of Back to Eden. No, Escape from Eden. The other 2 are entitled uh-oh, I'm running out of words. Maybe not. It says 46 words. I guess it's just keeping track of how many words. Okay. I just keep on thinking that might go to. So, part entitled Recruiting for the Coming Rebellion Against God. And the final part, forcing God to leave Earth. Hope that intrigues you. And enjoy. Alright, I think that'll be good enough. Let me copy that so I can paste it into my work. Preview episodes, open preview. Let's go ahead and try doing that. Let's see, tokens needed to unlock episode. I'm ready without tokens. So can I set that? Oh, okay. Delta. Okay. Open preview. Oh, look at that. In the beginning. Looks pretty good. Let me just scan through here and see what it kind of looks like. Looks like they are using, oh, see, note from the offer is at the bottom. Cool. All right. Good enough. Release date. Now, here's the question. Release now or schedule release for, let's see, what are my choices? Anytime after the 24th. Interesting. May take up to 72 hours to go live. I think I'm just going to leave it as release now because it probably will take 3 days for this to go live. So that should be interesting. Let's start the adventure and click publish. You want to submit the publish for immediate publication? Yes. All right. Could take up to 24 hours, 72 hours, 24 hours. Done. Let's see what the page looks like. I can edit the story details. Here's the description that I provided before. Here's some of my story tags. And here is the episode where I can edit the episode or create a new one. So I'm going to end that here. I've got enough to cover in one thing, and I hope you will go find my book. I will post the details in my description of my video. Have a great day.